Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Saif bin Samsudin and my other friend Muhammad Hafiz bin Hisham, Abdul Wahazin bin Cik Omar and Muhammad Aidil bin Mak Zainuddin. We are from Group BA 1115A. We're going to present a Malaysia tourism for subject Eco 261. So let's start with what is tourism. The meaning of tourism in general is the activities of people traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for leisure, business, or other purposes for not more than one consecutive year. Let's check out the types of tourism in Malaysia. First, we have cultural tourism. Malaysia have a diversified races and ethnic, uh, such as Malay, Indian, Chinese, Kadazan, Iban, and more. So we have different kind of celebration and festivals every year. And also we have a traditional and historical building from many races, and also a historical building from Sultanate era and also from colonial era. And from because we have a different ethnic, we have different kind of food in abundance kind. Second one is medical tourism. The price of Malaysia medical services is affordable, and we have enough skilled workers and medical experts. That's why mostly the tourism come to Malaysia for medical tourism is from Singapore or Indonesia, because in Indonesia they don't have enough skilled worker and facilities, and in Singapore the price of their medical services is quite high, and because of that they come to Malaysia to get medical services, and while getting treatment they could enjoy Malaysia. And the third one is agricultural tourism. Malaysia is a hub for exotic and tropical fruits such as jackfruit, mangosteen, durian, rambutan, pineapple, and more. And that fruits are hard to find in other countries. And we are the commodities expertise, especially in palm oil and rubber. Malaysia is a large exporter of rubber and palm oil in the world, and also a rubber glove. The fourth one is beach tourism. Malaysia have many islands because the island is located in different seas. Malaysia are surrounded by the different seas, such as in Pulau Tioman, it is in South China Seas, and in Pulau Langkawi, it is Andaman Seas. So different seas give it different experience and view. Also there, we have animal rehabilitation, especially in Terengganu for total rehabilitation. And also Malaysia easy to get accommodation from chalet, homestay, hotel, and suites. So we continue with government bodies are in charge of the development of tourism in Malaysia. First is Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Malaysia. Their main responsibilities is to strengthening the arts, culture and heritage to enhance national unity based on the national cultural policy, strengthening the synergies of cooperation between tourism and cultural players to make Malaysia the preferred tourist and cultural destination, strengthening the tourism and cultural sectors to empower the economy of the nation, promoting the uniqueness of Malaysia in the arts, culture and heritage as the key driver for development in the sectors of tourism and culture, and also developing informed, experienced, imaginative and inventive human resources in the sectors of tourism and culture. The ministry has won the title of Brand Laureate Best Brand Awards from 2017 to 2018 in the Nation Brand category by the Asia Pacific Brands Foundation (APPF). The department and agencies under Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture Malaysia has many, for example, Tourism Malaysia, National Archives of Malaysia, National Library of Malaysia, Department of Museums Malaysia, Department of National Heritage, National Department of Culture and Arts, Istana Budaya, National Academy of Arts, Culture and Heritage, Malaysian Handicraft Development Corporation, National Visual Arts Development Board, Islamic Tourism Centre, Malaysian Convention and Exhibition Bureau, and Rangkaian Hotel Seri Malaysia. And the main one is Tourism Malaysia, of course. So let's talk about Tourism Malaysia. It is established on 10th August 1972. It focuses on promoting Malaysia domestically and internationally. The major success of Tourism Malaysia is their Visit Malaysia campaign, starting from Visit Malaysia year 1990 to Know Malaysia is to Love Malaysia as their slogan, which attracts 7.4 million tourists to current Visit Malaysia to current this year Visit Malaysia year 2020, Visit Truly Asia Malaysia. But the most iconic Visit Malaysia campaign was in 2007, Malaysia Truly Asia, which brings 20.797 million tourists. Next one is Islamic Tourist Center. It is established to be the leading center in the provision of strategic market research insights for the policy formulation of sustainable tourism growth and promotion in Malaysia, especially in Islamic matter. It provides more information to tourists about Islamic religious and attractions in Malaysia and give tips on how to find a halal place to eat and a nearby mosque. The next one is Malaysia Convention and Exhibition Bureau or MyCEB. It acts as a central hub for assisting meeting and event planners in Malaysia to bid and schedule international business activities and act as a gateway for the creation of national goods. The objective of MyCEB is to boost its ranking as a destination for international meeting within the International Congress and Convention Association (ICCA) and to increase arrivals to Malaysia for business tourism.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aidil Lumat Zainuddin and I'm going to talk about roles and strategies on tourism. Roles and strategies on tourism, mainly the roles are held by Ministry of Tourism and Culture Malaysia. Ministry of Tourism and Culture Malaysia is in charge of domestic and foreign tourism promotion of Malaysia. Also, these agencies in charge of implementing a plan for attracting more tourists into the country. And also, these government bodies usually come with an idea how to make tourists more interested in Malaysia. Many government bodies available in Malaysia which also are related to roles and strategies on tourism in Malaysia by the Ministry of Tourism and Culture of Malaysia are the main and above all of them. And for strategies on how to improve Malaysia tourism is first improve work prospect. Improve work prospect means by improving our people lifestyle and living condition, many unwanted situation can be avoided, and with that less bad name Malaysia will get, and thus will make more people come to Malaysia. And next is transform and improve finance, also technology growth. It is very important for our country to have a very good financial condition, and also not leaving behind in terms of technology growth. This is because when our country has a very great technology growth in terms of public transportation, in terms of public infrastructure, for example, a toilet with a very great toilet and very clean toilet, for example. And the last one would be focus more on rural areas. As we all know that the rural places in Malaysia has many good and possible for making them one of our special attraction for the tourists. And next, I will be talking about tourism development plan. Malaysia government has implemented two tourism development plan for making our tourism leap into a very high potential, and also into a very new level of tourism. The first one is 9 Malaysia Plan. 9 Malaysia Plans was implemented in 2015 and put a heavy pressure on build tourism capital coordination and also tourism infrastructure growth. This simply means that the 9th Malaysia Plan put a heavy focus on improving our infrastructure that available in the country for making the tourists have a very good points of view towards our country. And also in the 9th Malaysia Plan, Malaysia government try to improve goods and service available in our country. So by doing that, more tourists will come. And the next one is the 10th Malaysia Plan. The 10th Malaysia Plan put a heavy focus of trying to create more business opportunities. This is involving the people of Malaysia. The 10th Malaysia Plan trying to create more business opportunities for the locals, so that by doing that, many investors will come to Malaysia and eventually invest in the business available in Malaysia, which also result in making more people in Malaysia have a very good life condition compared to before. And also by the 10th Malaysia Plan implemented, this will generate more employment chance for Malaysian, and thus will also make the income graph bar for the Malaysian also as well grow for them, and by that more people will live in no poverty. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Hisham and I am from Group A. Now I will explain about tourist arrival and receipts to Malaysia from 2010 until 2019. On that picture we can see in 2019 we have 86.1 billion receipts and 26.1 million arrival. And from that graph we can see the most tourists that came to Malaysia in year 2019 is on July, and the list is on November. Below that graph we can see shows the total tourist arrival and receipts to Malaysia by year, and we can see the most tourist arrival and receipt is on 2014. Next, I will show you growth rate in Malaysia in tourism by year. As we can see from that table, we can see The highest growth rate is on 2014 for arrival and recipient, and the worst arrival and recipient is 2015.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Abdullah Hazim bin Sheikh Omar. Today, I will present to you about the policy and development strategies, especially for growth of international tourist inflow, which is tourist arrivals and receipts to Malaysia since 2010 until 2019. For the first thing first is preface. Malaysia is definitely famous for its attractive tourist destinations. Tourists are mostly from abroad, especially from Asia and Europe. Malaysia has the perfect tourist spot with everything like shopping, beaches, magnificent skyscrapers, and a very beautiful view of nature. Malaysian ringgit is relatively cheap and low compared to foreign currencies, especially European. This at once attract tourists from abroad to come to Malaysia. So the second thing is main point. In 2019, there were approximately 26.1 million tourist arrivals in Malaysia. Malaysia welcomed 26,184,000 international tourists last year, contributing a total of 86.14 billion ringgit in tourist receipts to the country's economy. The number of international tourists marked a small growth of increase 1% compared to 25,832,5,400 tourist arrivals in 2018, contributing around 94.5 billion ringgit to the GDP in 2018. So basically, this is data source from tradingeconomics.com, Tourism Malaysia. The data shows the trend from 2010 to 2019 about tourists from abroad coming to Malaysia. Tourist arrivals in Malaysia is expected to be 995,000 by the end of this quarter. Estimate tourist arrivals in Malaysia to stand at 1.2 million in 12 months' time. In the long term, the Malaysia tourist arrivals is projected to trend around 1.5 million in 2021 and 2 million in 2022.
Next, I will explain to you about promotion and marketing strategies that have been done by Malaysia to promote our country to globalization. First is Malaysia Truly Asia. In this event, we want to show to other countries the uniqueness of Malaysia. As we know, Malaysia have many races, and three major races is Malay, India, and China. From these three major races, we have many foods and many cultures, and also many festivals that we have in our country. That shows we more Asian to others Asia country. Second is Malaysia is my second home. This event is provided from our government and Tourism Malaysia. This event for foreigner to let foreigner to stay in our country for 10 years. The objective of this program is to show to other foreigners that Malaysia is best country that foreigner can stay. Third is KL Big Kitchen and Food Trail. This event to gather all food lovers from others country to our country, and from this we can show our uniqueness of Malaysian food or Asian food to people who come to our country. 4 is Eco Farm Trip. This event is for people who love adventure due to Malaysia have many national parks and many activities that we can do that involve nature because Malaysia is rich in flora and fauna. Next is Penang World Music Festival. This event to attract people who love music from other countries to come to Malaysia. And in this event also countries from such as Spain, Germany and more will perform their music in this festival. 6 is International Indigenous and Aborigines Art Festival. In this festival, countries that join will show their uniqueness of their indigenous, and from that will perform and shows the difference of every indigenous from each country. 7 is Malaysia Mask Festival. In this festival, countries that participate in this program will show the uniqueness of their mask from each country. Country that has joined this Malaysia Mask Festival is such as Japan, China, Thailand and more. 8 is Hari Raya Open House. As we know, Hari Raya Aidilfitri is for Islam's country, and this event to show non-Islam's country that uniqueness of Hari Raya Aidilfitri that have been done in Malaysia. In this event, we also will show to other country our cultures and activities that we will do during Hari Raya Aidilfitri. 9 is Royal Flora. This event is to show our beautiful country and attraction to tourists. Next is Magic of the Night. This event seems like Royal Flora, which is to show our beautiful country and attraction of tourists. And from this event, they will promote our country to make Malaysia become the best destination for people to come for their holiday.
So, the conclusion from this report is Malaysia is already famous for the influx of many tourists from abroad and within the country. The country's GDP revenue can be said to be 5.9% of it is from the tourism sector. Year after year, Malaysia is indeed improving a lot for the tourism sector. This utilizes our country to continue to be visited by tourists, especially from abroad. The results of the study stated that foreign tourists really like and love Malaysia. This has a positive impact on the country's image and the country's economy. However, from that, there are many more shortcomings needed for this tourism sector to be the best. Therefore, the tourism sector in Malaysia needs to sit at the same table and discuss improvements to be placed and developed in this sector. Only then are we highly regarded by our own society and abroad. We as Malaysians love this country very much. We are willing to do anything for this country and willing to die for this beloved country. Thank you.